Hey everyone, it's Sarah Bean from Love at Home Education, and today we are walking through our Loving Preschool curriculum, the full year preschool curriculum that's been in our shop for about 4 years now. We've gotten a lot of questions on this, but if at any point you have any other questions you'd like me to answer, just feel free to leave a comment. I see all the comments and I'll respond to each one of them. All right, let's go ahead and answer the first question. What ages is this preschool curriculum for? And we're going to answer the question, how do you get started and how do you know if this preschool curriculum is right for you? Question number 1, what ages is this for? You can start as young as 2. I would not recommend starting at 2 unless your child shows a very large desire to really get started. Maybe they have older siblings, they've seen kids do schoolwork and they want to start participating. The average age for this curriculum is generally about 3 to 6, with the real average being 4 and 5. So it's going to depend on when you're starting schooling with your child. If you're homeschooling full time, if you're going to be homeschooling for their whole school career, or if you're just doing a bit of prep before you send them to preschool or kindergarten. So the average age for this, I would say, is about 4 years old. I started this with my son when he was 2.5, 3, but we did not start with all of it, and I'll go through that in detail as we talk throughout this video. But now that he's 4, 4.5, he is ready to do the full curriculum. So 4, I would say, is the perfect age to really get started if you're wanting to start in a structured schooling environment, but still in a hands-on, fun, low pressure and low stress way. And this is very low prep as well. All right, and question 2, how do you get started with this preschool curriculum? Well, we have a few different ways that you can grab this. If you have your own printer set up at home, we offer this as a completely print it yourself, and if you print it yourself, you will get access to both the secular and faith-based aspects of this curriculum, so you can choose which works best for you, or maybe you want to do a combined approach. The other ways that you can purchase it is through our TikTok shop, Etsy, and our main shop, which is also where you'd get it to print it yourself on Shopify, loveathomeeducation.com, and there you can select a few different ways for us to print it and send it to you, as well as the preschool bundle, which is going to be the next video, just an add-on to this curriculum. Now, the other question was, how do I know if this preschool curriculum is right for me? You are going to be the best judge of that for you and your children. So what I would do if I were you is look through this video, look through all of the books, see if you want to use this full curriculum. Maybe you want to use just 1 or 2 of the books. We have those available as well. And if this isn't for you, no hard feelings. You can go ahead and go find somebody else's homeschool curriculum. Totally fine. Now let's go ahead and get into it. What is our Loving Preschool curriculum and what does it involve? I'm going to turn the camera around and show you, but feel free at any time to go back in the video, to speed it up, to skip ahead, check out our chapters that we've got, and at any time you can also go to the description and try the first week absolutely free. Let's turn this around and show it to you. All right, so this is the secular version. I'm going to post a short video as well describing the difference between the secular and faith-based version. So you can check the playlist that this is attached to at any time for that. If you don't see it, feel free to just leave me a comment and I can direct you on where to find that. So this is the secular version. This is going to be our planner, which is totally optional, but it does give a really good outline of what you can do with your child each week. So there are 26 letters of the alphabet, so this will be a 26-week program. However, if you get 2 of the hands-on ABC guides and the writing, you can just do it twice and have it be a full year curriculum. A lot of kids are going to need that extra help with those letters, or you can also extend it and do 1 letter for 2 weeks instead of doing 1 letter per week. So in this guide, we're going to talk about what our recommended list is. So this one is secular. You don't have to use the Bible. Absolutely not if you're doing the secular version. Some people still like to see what resources the other one is using. That's why that's in there. But this is going to use Aesop's Fables. Now you can purchase a book that has the Aesop's Fables in it, or since these are all in the public domain, you can just do an internet search for those as well. For each week, we're going to recommend the letter, the number, the shape, the color, a song, a fable, a verse to memorize, and this is what this is, so 1 for every 2 weeks, and then a skill that they can work on, as well as a book list. All of this is optional. It's just given to illustrate kind of how you can do it. Now, we generally do a 3-day school week, so this includes 3 different days. And then if there's a song included, it'll have the lyrics. In this case, it's the ABCs. And next we move on to here. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip through this and show you kind of what's involved. Don't forget, at any time, you can also just get the first week to try absolutely free. that's a look inside our secular planner. Now, like I mentioned, they're also going to get these affirmations. The secular one is going to have stuff like this: I believe, are, etc. The faith-based one is going to say things like God makes it possible, that kind of thing. So that should help you choose what version you would like. They're just going to come printed on cardstock like this, or if you get the digital version, you'll be able to choose how you would like to get them printed. That is inside the planner. All right, next is inside the hands-on ABC guide. This you can also get by itself, but this is kind of the craft spine for the ABCs here. So with each of these letters, we're going to talk about the letter. It's going to give you a few different ideas that you can do to learn along the letter, what the craft should look like at the end, and then there are going to be 2 crafts per letter. Most of them are animal themed, but some of them aren't. Like this one was B for Band-Aid. My kids were absolutely obsessed with Band-Aids when they were younger, so I let them just go full rein on being able to do Band-Aids on a letter B. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick flip through of this, and feel free to let me know if you guys have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this, and if you have a recommendation on a video that you would like to see, also never hesitate to ask. All right, the next things that are included in this are our tea time for colors, our hands-on numbers guide, and a little bit of writing. If you purchased this last year at this time, these were not included. So if you missed out on those and you've purchased from us before, please feel free to send us an email and I'm more than happy to send you the updated link. The Tea Time Colors of the Rainbow is a fun little tea time guide. If you've never heard of tea time, what you would do is make some sort of food, some fun food, and some fun tea or drink, read some poetry or some stories, and have a little tea time. This makes it fun to help you learn your child's colors in a form where you can do it in tea time. So say we make some pink tea, we find some pink outside to decorate our table and do some pink foods. We can talk all about pink. You can find a storybook on pink, however you want to do that. This has been one of my child's favorite things to do. Now here we've got the hands-on numbers guide, which fits with our cookbook theme throughout our shop. For those of you who don't know, we do have a full selection of cookbooks, but this takes numbers 1 to 10 and goes through and makes some recipes that are really fun to do along with those numbers. So here, for example, for number 7, we've got to do a number shelf, include 7 items, what are our activities this week, and then we have 7 fruit tarts. So you select each fruit, count, and put 7 tarts on, or 7 fruits on each tart. Here we have 8 toppings on the pie. We've got apple nachos, we've got pancake skewers, and so on. And with each week, you are also going to have them start on their numbers book. So by the end of it, they'll have a full numbers book. And that is the hands-on numbers guide. Then for these, I'm also going to talk about these in our preschool bundle as well, because they do come in additional formats if you would like. But in this preschool curriculum, we've just got these on copy paper from A to Z. So they're going to trace the letters, find the letters, color the letters, and if they would like to trace those letters as well, they can. Make sure you catch the video of us doing letter E, because my son really likes coloring and he uses the laminated page, so we can do it over and over again. We do have that as an option in the shop as well, but he likes to add sunshines and moons and all sorts of really fun things. I think that's a great example of how they can use their creativity. But this goes from A to Z. And then we also have numbers 1 to 10, where they're going to trace the number, dot, dot, and trace with their finger or with a marker or with any kind of material. And this goes from 1 to 10. Now, the last part of the curriculum is going to be our cards here, our flashcards. So you can get these just like this, or you can get them laminated. It has A to Z. And then we go into colors, shapes, and numbers 1 to 10. That's a fun way to use them. Some people will hang this up on their wall. Some people just show them to their child as they're using them. You can really do whatever you want with this curriculum. Hopefully this video was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment with a question or anything you would like to say that's nice and appropriate. And don't forget to click that free sample in the description, as well as checking out the other products in our shop. Thank you so much for watching. We love your support. Thank you so much.